What it is, fight fans, hopefully everybody had a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, all of that. But obviously we got to get to the subject at hand, which doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon, and is still leaving people up in arms. And obviously that is what in the fuck is going on with Mayweather Pacquiao. An interesting web, I would say, has been created between two fights, and that is Mayweather Pacquiao and Cotto Canelo. For those who haven't been online or haven't seen the news, that allegedly Al Heyman and Team Mayweather offered Cotto somewhere in the range of $40 million guaranteed for a rematch on May 2nd. At least in the boxing world, people are half up in arms and half kind of pointing the finger at who's to blame for Mayweather Pacquiao not being solidified. I've had constant debates with people dating back to, I believe, yesterday when the story, I think, broke. I just wanted to make a video to kind of give my opinion as to what I believe is transpiring and what I think inevitably is going to happen. Now, this isn't the first time we heard about a Mayweather Cotto rematch. We heard little rumblings or alleged offers that were made post the Cotto beating Sergio Martinez, but those got thrown under the rug and nothing was made of it. And as recent as this weekend, news surfaced that you know, Cotto was offered a $40 million guarantee to fight Floyd again, and you have two sides, or two sections of fans, meaning the Canelo fans and the Pacquiao fans. And the Pacquiao fans are saying, oh, well, Floyd's ducking Pacquiao again for an easier fight. And then Canelo's side are like, ah, well, Cotto's a bitch, he don't want to fight Canelo because he got his ass kicked. All this is from both sides, meaning Cotto and Floyd. It's posture, is negotiation tactics, and in a sense, you know, pause, you know, both guys, you know, slinging their dicks around, saying like, yo, I'm the A side and this is what it's gonna be. As recent as today as well, one of Cotto's representatives flat out said that the rumors are false and Team Mayweather hasn't sent us any offer, or there's been no negotiations, and they're still negotiating with Canelo. To me, all this is at least for this, in the sense of Cotto, he's looking back and licking his chops, because in a way, he is almost kind of, I mean, he's the dark horse and everything, where he's a top-ranked guy, but he doesn't have a contract necessarily with Top Rank, and he's a free agent. He can go and fight Floyd really if he wanted to, and $40 million is a lot to turn down if that were a legitimate offer. But there's two things that I look at when I look at this fight as far as it being made now. I'm not saying that this fight is impossible in a year, but I'll get to that in a second. Miguel Cotto is, yes, a free agent in the sense of that he doesn't have a contract with Top Rank in the way of being a Top Rank fighter and having Top Rank having the last say. He is a free agent, but he has a working relationship with Top Rank, and he's even gone as far to say is he's going to finish his career working with Top Rank. And as well as the fact that it's widely known that Cotto and Todd DeBuff are the two that have the strong relationship in Top Rank. Cotto doesn't really associate much with Bob Arum. I mean, he's been there for the press conferences, and obviously he's had interactions with him, but Todd DeBuff has been the constant in Miguel Cotto's career since he's been at Top Rank. So when you look at that, and when you look at Miguel Cotto beginning his Cotto promotions and having these cards in Puerto Rico and having some of these fights now in the United States, and he's going to get HBO dates with some of his guys, especially with a couple of the guys that I think will get dates. Top Rank has a good amount to do with that. They're helping him. They're bringing him, I don't want to say bringing him up in a sense, but they're helping him out, man. Like, you know, I mean, I don't know how much more I can say about that, but Cotto, I don't think is going to be the guy to kind of fuck that relationship up and say, well, I'm taking myself out of the Canelo fight. I think Cotto does want the Canelo fight, and I do think Mayweather in some fashion wants the Pacquiao fight, but when it deals with him, let me just say this for the Mayweather fans, and I don't want to continue to make videos until like some fucking announcement is made on some platform that, you know, everybody can just finally agree this is happening. At the very end of the day, the ball is in Floyd's court. It's not a situation about the May 2nd date. I think people realize that Bob Arum, whether you love the guy or hate the guy, he's a bullshitter when he wants to be, and he picks and chooses his cards right. He knows we're not fucking stupid, man. The guy isn't squeaky clean, but he wants this fight to be made, and I think if you look into the timeline from when Oscar and Arum had this like reconciliation, so to speak, and you know these fights are now starting to be made, and when you take a step back, and I made mention of this on GYGB podcast 9:30 every Tuesday, I think there's a bigger agenda that most boxing fans, I believe, are seeing, but maybe don't want to either admit it, or some people just are looking at it for what it is. Look, Oscar has said the May 2nd date is not a solid date for Canelo if Mayweather-Pacquiao is made, so at that point, the concession is already being made for Mayweather on that date. Cotto Canelo is a co-promoted Golden Boy top-ranked fight. Bob Arum, Top Rank, have a stake in both fights. So the date to them means shit, because at the very end of the day, Top Rank is going to get a payday from either one of those dates. If it becomes a situation where the Pacquiao fight does get made and Cotto Canelo gets made. Now the curveball at the same time could be Khan getting the fight with Floyd Mayweather, and then him taking the May 2nd date, or so you think, but then again, I think even Floyd knows that a Mayweather versus Khan cannot compete with Cotto Canelo, which leaves me again to be more optimistic that in some fashion, I think there's still a good possibility Mayweather-Pacquiao is made. The Cotto rematch has already been called out as bullshit by his people. So it really leaves, again, only two people, Khan or Pacquiao. There's an article this morning I read that Pacquiao said in the beginning of January he's hoping to hear something, because he's on the tip like he hasn't heard jack shit from Mayweather's side or from his own people. And apparently Leslie Moonves, he's not having an easy time even getting Floyd on the phone. So we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. And to be honest with you, if we're like in mid-January, February, and almost hitting February, and we don't hear shit, we're gonna be in some serious trouble as far as the fans are concerned. But we'll have to wait and see. But as far as I'm concerned right now, Cotto Canelo's gonna get made. A lot of posturing. Cotto being in my opinion, the A side, and it's really all on the hands of Floyd, man, and what he decides to do, because Pacquiao Mayweather will override Cotto Canelo, and Mayweather Khan will not. I mean, to run down real quick prospects of the year, I gotta say Errol Spence, Felix Verdejo. I think that's been like the common two that people have been talking about. My fight of the year, Lucas Matisse versus John Molina, like hands down, no questions about it. There were some other good fights too, but fight of the year, I mean, look, I can't argue with the Terrence Crawford decision by ESPN, and I think Ring did it too. I could be wrong, but I mean, I agree on all aspects. I mean, the upside for Crawford is really big as far as the dates he's gonna get on HBO, and HBO patterning him to be a star, but he is the goods, and he's not a guy that, you know, they're painting as you know, the star without really like proving it. I mean, I think we're starting to see the potential in Terrence Crawford, and at 140 we're gonna see some fights. So we'll have to wait and see. So as I always say, subscribe, hit the links, Happy New Year, and I'll get back to you soon.